Deep debt, and that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor
Tiffany Henyard, the controversial mayor of Dalton, Illinois, has left everyone stunned with her sudden and mysterious disappearance. Just days ago, she stood at a heated town hall meeting, fiercely defending herself against critics, fiercely denying any allegations of misconduct. Now, seemingly vanishing into thin air, she has left the town reeling, questioning whether rumors about her crossing the border unnoticed are true. It appears her departure was carefully timed, using the ongoing controversy as a distraction. Not only did she leave behind her defiant rhetoric, but rumors suggest she took a significant amount of money, reportedly siphoned from public funds and laundered through her charity. This charity had already been under investigation and had been shut down amid claims of financial mismanagement. This sudden departure raises questions about the timing, especially given the investigations into her lavish spending habits and questionable purchases, like the infamous $440,000 Amazon shopping spree. The community, already reeling from her leadership, now faces the fallout from her alleged financial schemes. As authorities scramble to uncover her whereabouts and the extent of her alleged actions, Dalton finds itself at the center of a scandal that feels like something out of a crime drama. The citizens are left grappling with how their former leader could leave them in such disarray, both politically and financially.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
Tiffany Henyard's tenure as mayor and Thoron Township supervisor has been clouded by accusations of corruption, theft, and even mistreatment of employees. These repeated allegations have cast a shadow over her leadership, sparking public outrage. Despite the mounting controversies, she managed to hold on to her position until federal authorities began circling, making it clear that an arrest warrant was imminent. Her escape, however, seems less like a spontaneous decision and more like a calculated move. It appears that someone within her inner circle, possibly a government insider, tipped her off about the investigation, allowing her to carefully plan her escape. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance suggest it was more than just a desperate flight, it was a well-executed plan to evade the law. As the investigation continues, the focus is shifting to those who might have helped her avoid capture. Questions loom about who in her network assisted in this daring escape and why. As more details unfold, it becomes clear that Tiffany's story is far from over, and the public remains on edge as they wait for more shocking revelations.
Make a one day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon. And the main thing is...
But the plot thickens. Rumor has it that Tiffany Henyard's disappearance was meticulously planned under the guise of a routine business trip. To the outside world, it appeared to be a harmless, official trip. However, it quickly became clear that her every move was being scrutinized due to the growing corruption allegations against her. She used this brief window of calm to evade detection, taking full advantage of the authorities' apparent inaction. The lack of proactive measures to prevent her escape raises serious questions about the competence of the agencies involved in her case. It is baffling that someone under such intense scrutiny could leave without encountering any significant obstacles. This highlights a major failure in oversight, especially considering the gravity of the charges against her. Tiffany's escape exposes a troubling flaw in law enforcement that allowed her to slip away, potentially making it much harder for authorities to bring her to justice. As the public continues to follow the story, questions are mounting about who failed to stop her and what role, if any, larger forces played in facilitating her escape.
Several new developments in South suburban Dalton today. First, the state comptroller has suspended some payments to the village because it has failed to follow the law by providing financial reports.
If you thought this sounded like a plot from a crime thriller, you're not far off. Insiders suggest that Tiffany's escape was sparked by a tip-off about an impending federal arrest attempt. Imagine the panic she must have felt as she played the part of the confident public servant 1 minute, only to vanish the next. There have been numerous developments in Dalton recently, including the suspension of payments due to financial mismanagement and suspicions about her charity. Tiffany, it seems, had the foresight to take action before the authorities could close in on her. She allegedly laundered a large sum of money through her charity just before it was seized, ensuring that she had funds for her escape. While investigations into her actions continue, questions arise about why the authorities didn't act sooner. Why didn't they freeze her assets or put her on a no-fly list? Her smooth getaway raises suspicions about the competence, or possible complicity, of those tasked with monitoring her movements.
Addressing things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there will be anything, it'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's.
The story doesn't end there. Tiffany Henyard's reign as mayor was marked by extravagance, corruption, and a toxic workplace. Reports claim she spent over $40,000 in a single day on Amazon, using town funds for lavish personal purchases. When questioned, she responded with stonewalling and deflections, leaving the town's finances in chaos. Millions of dollars were unaccounted for, and former employees have come forward to reveal the toxic environment she fostered, one where dissent was met with retaliation or dismissal. Tiffany's control extended beyond the town hall, as she allegedly used her influence to manipulate the local police and suppress opposition. Her charity, which was meant to help cancer patients, was used as a front for her questionable dealings. When federal authorities finally began investigating, they uncovered a web of financial discrepancies that revealed the extent of her mismanagement. By then, however, Tiffany had already disappeared. As the town tries to recover from the damage she caused, there are growing concerns about how she managed to evade justice and whether she will ever be brought to account for her actions. As the investigation into Tiffany Henyard continues, the question remains, will she ever face justice? Her escape, though dramatic, highlights serious flaws in the system and raises questions about the accountability of those who allowed her to slip away. While the authorities continue their efforts to track her down, Tiffany may have already planned her next move. If she successfully established a new life outside the US, she may never face the consequences of her actions. For the people of Dalton, the damage is already done, and they are left to pick up the pieces of a town torn apart by corruption and mismanagement. Tiffany may have evaded the law for now, but as this saga continues to unfold, it's clear that her story is far from over.